So today I'm going to be talking about how you can increase your productivity. I'm a big fan of tools. I'm a big fan of finding shortcuts and easier ways to do things. I feel like I have so much going on in every day, and I only have 24 hours, just like the rest of you. But I mean that's not good enough for me. I try to do as much as possible in as little time as possible. Plus, I do like working. I love what I do, but I also like doing other stuff. So I figured that the faster I do what I have to do, the more time I'll have to play and spend time with friends and family. So I think you're gonna really enjoy the webinar today. We have about 115 people on the call, and I usually talk about online marketing, but I feel like if you want to be productive doing online marketing or pretty much whatever you do, you need to know these little tricks because they're gonna save you so much time, and they're gonna give you a lot more time to do whatever it is that you want to do with your free time. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to show you was how to create desktop shortcuts. And most of you, I'm sure you already know how to do this. But I'll show you a couple of tricks that are connected to that so everything kind of makes sense to you. So you can do a right click and go to new, and then you can create a shortcut to whatever you want. So this could be any program on your computer, but it could also be, I'm gonna close this for a second, but it could also be any website. So let's say you use Google all the time. Okay, you can create this icon on your computer. Now, it's good to have it here. I mean, the software that you use more often. But what's even better is to use keyboard shortcuts. So let me show you how this works. You go to Properties, and when it says Shortcut key, Google, we can do Control-Alt-G. No, that's the calculator already. Okay, let's do Control-Alt-X. Okay, so every time I do Control-Alt-X, Google will open. Now, this will only save you a couple of seconds, but think about how many times a day you open Google or Facebook or whatever website you use for your job. So it's really, really important that you set up keyboard shortcuts for the software that you use more often. Now, the other thing you can do is to create, I'm going to create a shortcut for emails. So I'm going to call this, I'm going to write mail to, M-A-I-L-T-O, colon. Okay, I'm going to click this, and I'm going to call this send email. Oh, I already have one call like this, so I'm going to do it again. So basically, I'm going to assign a shortcut. So I'm going to do Control-Shift-K. Okay, and I'll show you what happens every time I hit Control-Shift-K. This opens, and I can send an email to anybody. Okay, so again, how many times a day, how many emails do you send every day? I send about anywhere from 50 to 100 emails every day. So, usually you have to go here, open your email client, click on write. This takes a long time. You can do all this with, just a keyboard shortcut. There you go. Okay, now you can also do this for a specific person on your team. So you can say John at company.com. Okay, so every time you do this, you'll be sending John an email. Now, I'm sure that you communicate with the same people over and over again. Maybe your top employees, your top clients. So for example, my partner, his name is Ryan, and the keyboard shortcut I have for him is Control-Shift-R. R stands for Ryan, so I remember that's him. Okay, so I send Ryan about 20 emails every day. It's really easy. I just hit a couple of keys, and then I'm communicating with him right away. Now, sometimes you need to communicate with people immediately, so we need some sort of like instant messenger. The one I use is Skype. Skype is really awesome. I mean, you can share your screen with somebody on your team. You can, have a video conference. You can do, video calls. You can call someone. You can actually chat. Now, something that not a lot of people know is that you can actually create. You can create a shortcut for a Skype user. So I'm gonna find someone on Skype. Okay, let's say this guy here. You can see the profile, and you can take the Skype name from here. And I'm actually gonna disconnect me so nobody talks to me during the presentation. But basically, what you do is you write Skype, SKYPE, colon, and then the username. And what's going to happen is I'm going to call this person George, okay? And I'm going to assign a Control-Shift-G, okay, for George. So when I go Control-Shift-G, I'm going to be calling that person on Skype automatically. Okay. Well, now actually I'm not online, so this is not going to work. I think I had to go online. And I'm gonna hang up right away. But basically, all I have to do is hit Control-Shift-G, and I'll be calling George. Again, I mean, this is fantastic. If you communicate with the same people on your team over and over again, this is great. I mean, this is great. You can just hit a couple of keys, and this might be hard to remember, but they're actually really easy. What I do to remember, what keyboard shortcuts are assigned to every person is I use the first name the first letter of their name. So for Ryan, it would be an R. For George, it would be a G. And then you can use any combination with Control-Shift or Control-Alt. Okay. Now the other thing you can do is, if you don't want to call people directly, is at the end of this URL you can put a question mark and write chat. Okay, so it would be Skype colon the username question mark chat. So what happens now is I will chat with this person instead of calling them. Okay, so if I want to say whatever, I can just type it here. Okay, so basically what I want you to do is to think about the people you communicate with all the time, your top 3 or 4 clients, your top 3 or 4 employees or coworkers, and add them as Skype users, and create the shortcuts and put them on your desktop, and memorize the right keyboard combinations. Okay, and I'll guarantee this will save you at least half an hour of your day every day. The other really amazing tool I use is called Smartsheet. And Smartsheet allows me to assign tasks to people on my team. So for example, let's see, I'll go to home. Actually, I'm going to log out from this account, and I'm going to log in. So for example, these are some campaigns that one of my employees is handling for our clients. So basically what we do is we have the task, then who the task is assigned to, and we have the budget, how many hours we're gonna be, or how much money we're gonna be spending on the project, the deadline, and then instructions. So there are a couple of good things here. For example, I can say, let's open this one. This one's for me. So I can say, for example, I want to assign Zig to do send me the report, okay? And I can say, and I want this done by next Friday, and this is assigned by Allison, for example. Okay, so this is really amazing to keep track of everything you assign to everybody on your team. Every time you ask a client to do something for you, you can add it to this, to this list, and automatic emails will be sent to these people letting them know that a task has been assigned to you. And you can keep track of everything. With deadlines, you can sort by deadlines, everything. The other cool thing about Smartsheet is that you can put comments here. So you can go here and, someone can write a comment and save it. And then, maybe the person you assign it to goes ahead and, they write another comment. So you can save the whole thread here. You can know everything that is happening. So when you work with an employee, you assign them something, they do it, so that the whole conversation stays recorded here. You can also attach files. So any Word documents, videos, whatever you need, everything can be here. And every row of the spreadsheet is a new task or a new project. So I've tested a lot of very complex project management tools, and in my opinion, this one's the best. Okay, enough with Smartsheet. The other thing I wanted to show you is Google Calendar. And probably you noticed that I am using keyboard shortcuts for all these different tools because I use them all the time, and again, for things I use all the time, I always create shortcuts. If you haven't